Okay, so this is my first YouTube video, apparently. Okay, it's not actually my first YouTube video. I've made like 10 when I was like 15 or 14 years old. It's just clips of me playing Fortnite back in the day, and Apex and Grand Theft Auto, you know. But I wasn't saying anything in them because I didn't have a mic. I've been wanting to do a YouTube channel for a while just because I don't know, I just want to talk, get my thoughts and feelings out into the world. And I've been playing Steep a lot lately, so I just thought I'd do it with some Steep gameplay in the background. I'm in my first year of university. It's going good. I mean, the lectures are boring most of the time, but I've met some cool people, specifically in my hall. Play board games every week. It's cool. One of my best friends is in the same hall as me. I've known him for about 10 years, so it's a pretty big plus. Recently, it's not been too fantastic, though. I was in a relationship for a little over 2 years, and October 1st, she FaceTimed me to say that it's over. And I don't know. I didn't know what to think about it. Obviously, I was a bit confused. It's out of nowhere. I didn't see, at least at the time, I didn't see any signs of the relationship ending. But having thought about the last few weeks and months of us being together, it was kind of expected. Although over FaceTime is we are long distance. I should probably preface by saying that we are very much a long distance relationship, so you're probably thinking, well, it wasn't going to work out anyways, and you're probably right, but we tried. I met her online on one of those dating apps. I told everybody, even my parents and my brother, that we met on Instagram, but that's not what happened. We met on... Oh man, I don't remember what it's called. I think it's, Riz? It might have been called Riz. Bro, listen, okay, I was not making good decisions. I was actually introduced to it by my friend. Not the one I'm living with, but a different one. I still see him though, because he goes to a university that's close to mine. But yeah, we were both on it as a joke, and then I actually met her on there, and it was no longer a joke. And for a while, I was happy, you know. She was unbelievably gorgeous. I mean, for someone that is on a dating app, right, I'm expecting to find some absolute basement dwellers on that app. And there's this absolutely gorgeous woman that I've somehow hit it off with. And, yeah. The first time I met her, she came to where I live, but the craziest part is I only met her in person after about a year of going out. By going out, I mean like a year of talking to each other, so it was a year-long situationship, if you want to call it that. But, yeah. And I was so nervous. I remember going up to the hotel that her and her dad were staying at, and I remember I thought I was gonna die on the spot. I was so nervous. I got dressed up and everything, and I had put on my best cologne, and oh man. And I remember I only told my parents like 2 weeks before they flew in that her and her dad were already flying in. I didn't even tell my parents that I was speaking with someone. They were surprisingly calm about it. I don't know how, but they were. And yeah, I mean, it was a great summer. Yeah, It's probably one of the best summers of my life. And that probably was a huge reason behind it as well. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not a very outgoing person. I'm very introverted. So when I'm texting somebody, I'm a lot more, how should I say this? I'm a lot more uh extroverted when I'm texting to someone. I'm much more like how you would expect me to be in person. But when I'm in person with someone I've never met before, I am a nervous wreck. So here I am, sitting on the couch with her and her dad in like the hotel lobby before a taxi comes to pick us up, and I can't even look at her. Like I seriously I can't even look in her direction. I part of me thought that she wasn't even a real person. I thought I was talking to like an AI chatbot at the start, but she was real, and so was her dad. I'm just gonna say for now that her dad is so cool. I still want to hang out with him even though we've split up. Okay, back to the point I was talking about. So she's met my family at this point during the summer, and my dad is trying to let us hang out more and more because, you know, he understands the struggle of being in a online long distance relationship. It's tough. You want to be with each other and you can't. It's just how it is. Especially since we're both in high school. It's like the two big red flags that everybody thinks about a relationship. High school relationships never work out, that's what they say, and if your relationship starts online and long distance, probably isn't going to work. But we were pretty determined to prove them wrong. And I'm not saying that that's the whole reason we stayed together, obviously not. I mean, I did love her. She was... I mean, I'd never had a girlfriend before. I don't know if I've mentioned that, but she was my first girlfriend. Yeah. I, I wasn't her first boyfriend. She says that I was, but she did recall a time where she was with a guy for like a week, and now I was a bit concerned at that, but not because that she was with a guy, obviously. I mean, I don't care how many guys have been with a girl before me, to be honest. Unless it's like 200, then there's a problem. But I mean, like, realistically, if it's under 100 or under 75, I mean, I don't really care. If I like her, I like her. But, you know, the way that she was talking about him, I wasn't really a fan of. But besides that, we were together for, like I said, a little over 2 years. When she called... Ah, shit. When she called me on October 1st, she said she wanted to talk. Now, I know, I probably should have had these alarms ringing off in my head when she said that. But I truly mean when I say that I had no idea where the conversation was going at all. I thought it was just because we hadn't called in a while, but yeah. So here I am, like an absolute idiot. I answer the call, and I'm like, hey, look at my new dorm, because obviously I just moved into university at the time. I'm like, oh, look at my dorm, look at all this cool stuff I have, and look how I'm decorating it, and yeah, and she's just sitting there. I can imagine she's just sitting there, waiting to break the news that she just wants to end it. And I'm all happy and stuff. I'm like, oh wow, it's been so great, how are you? And then she says, Josh, we need to, I think we should break up. And then I just sit there, just thinking about everything. And then as she's trying to explain why we should break up, I'm not listening to a thing she's saying, if I'm being completely honest. I'm thinking of how long we've been together, how much my life has changed because that she was in there for quite a big part of my life. I mean, I graduated high school. I wouldn't say I started high school. I mean, I went through most of high school with her as my girlfriend. And, you know, well, what do I say? Oh, I agree, because, I mean, at the time I didn't agree at all. I still was very much in love with her, but I was trying to hear her out, what she wanted to say, how she felt. But, you know, I think from what I did hear from her, and this kind of set me off, I obviously I don't shout at people, but she had the audacity to say to me, maybe in the future, if you want to get back together, we can. Like, what? I don't know if that's a normal thing for people to say when you break up. But if you are breaking up with me now, what makes you think I want to get back with you later just to get broken up with again? That's not how this works. Maybe that's normal. Maybe I'm the weird one, but I genuinely don't understand how anybody could agree to that. How anybody could get back with somebody that, you know, not to sound cheesy, but like broke their heart. I mean, you're just opening yourself up to be heartbroken again. So, I mean, obviously, I didn't say anything at the time, but when that call ended, I thought about it more and more, and I just genuinely couldn't believe what I was hearing. And I mentioned before how I started noticing the cracks in the relationship before she broke up with me. And still to this day, I'm probably wrong. I don't know if I did anything wrong, but in my head, I didn't think I was the problem. I think she just felt like it was time to move on for some reason. Which, you know, if she feels that way, I can't change her mind. That's just how she is. Obviously, I'm upset about it, but it is what it is. Towards the end, though, I did start noticing she was becoming more distant, less responsive to texts, more apprehensive to talking about things in her daily life. Now, of course I mentioned this a few times, but I don't think she took me seriously because, for one, during our entire relationship, she always got a bit mad at me when I didn't respond to a text within 30 minutes, which is a bit unfair, if I'm being completely honest, because I'm not on my phone 24/7. I'm not like your stereotypical screenager who just never goes off his phone. No, I have a life, you know. But at the same time, I understand, you know, she just wants me to check up and she wants me to read her messages. Towards the end, she became the thing in which she swore to destroy. You know, like on some Star Wars shit. Which is what I really should have noticed it, but I just brushed it off. Once again, probably my fault. Another thing that happened... Oh, damn. Well, my character's definitely dead. Another thing I noticed was, in one of our... You know, when we meet up, we try and meet up as often as we possibly can, and when we do, we spend, like, all of our time together. In one of our meetups, she randomly drops this bombshell on me that her mother doesn't like me. Now, I don't know how I'm supposed to take that information, but I was a little confused because, picture this, you're on the beach, you're having a great time, you're lathered up in sunscreen, your top half is in the shade because you're on your phone playing Clash Royale with your family to your right. It's just a great time. You have a Coke in your hand as well. And then she just decides to drop this bombshell on you that one of her family members does not think that you're good enough for her daughter. I could sit here and say, oh, well, you know, that's her problem. And, you know, it kind of is. But I really should have listened to that and said, well, I don't even know what I should have said. If I'm being completely honest, I don't know what I should have said. Because at the time I said, well, why? And she gave me this bullshit reason like, oh, you're not talking enough with her, and oh, she's like interested in your life and you're not giving enough information. Which would be a good point if it was true. It just isn't true. Her mother is the chattiest woman you will ever meet on the planet. Genuinely. It's like a machine that once it starts, it just doesn't stop. Until it's like nap time. She's like the complete opposite of her dad. Complete opposite. I love her dad. He's so cool. Sorry, I know I already said that, but I just gotta reiterate that fact. But, no, her mother is just, I don't know. And it's not even the fact that she's talkative as hell. She's, like, the most active person ever. She does, like, half marathons, triathlons, goes for runs whenever possible, goes for hikes whenever possible. Now, I know I'm playing a skiing and snowboarding game. You may think I like hiking. Hell nah. I hate hiking. It's actually my least favorite activity. Whoever invented hiking is a psychopath. I do like skiing and snowboarding, so I'm not saying I dislike any activity. I love skiing. And I want to try snowboarding because, let's be honest, the ski boots that they have you put on are so painful. Just to walk around in, they're so painful. The snowboarding boots look so comfortable. I'm getting off track here. I'm athletic when it comes to sports that I like. I like water sports, like surfing, and I like skiing. And cycling, maybe, like every once in a while. I love swimming as well, by the way. But hiking, no. Absolutely not. Despise it. Where was I? Oh, yes, her mom. Yeah, so she's just so active. She's like a ball of energy. Genuine, like, I know people say that like it's like hyperbole or whatever, but she is genuinely the most energetic individual on planet Earth. So, me not letting her know about me, or me not getting to know her enough in the eyes of my girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, is kinda bullshit, because I can't get a word in for my life. She just doesn't allow for an opportunity to speak. It's kind of ridiculous. So, no, and I don't know why she decided to drop that bombshell on me at that moment in time. You know, I'm having a great time, and she just completely ruins the mood. But, you know, to each their own. I guess there's no real good moment to bring that up. Actually, there is. You know, there is. When we're alone, and we have nothing going on, and we're not with the family. I have my mom, my dad, and my brother sitting to the right of me while she tells me this. Do you know how embarrassing that is? What am I supposed to do with this information at this point in time? What do you want me to say? Anyways. Another piece of information that I probably should have picked up on that things weren't going so swimmingly was that she decided to say randomly, and I should probably reiterate that, this was like after meeting her for a day in, I'm not gonna say where, but in a place where there are a lot of bicycles. We met up, and didn't start off so great. I mean, she was very upset because I didn't what was it again? She said something like, I didn't give her the location of where I was staying. And, you know, I did take accountability for that one. That was my bad. She made a much bigger deal out of it than it should have been. She, after, like, I woke up late. I woke up late, that's really it. I woke up late, and she arrived at my door eventually. And I look out my window, and I smile, and I wave to her. And she looks up at me like I've just killed her whole family. Like, I don't know what I've just done. I'm trying to be cheerful and be in a good mood, but she is so... like, she has so much disdain in her eyes. What am I meant to do? So she decides to go for a walk. She texts me, she says, I'm not coming in. I'm just gonna go for a walk. You can find me if you want to. What? Are you trying to get a fucking Oscar? What kind of performance are you putting on? What do you... So obviously I have to go outside and I have to fucking track her down. And she's doing some Disney movie bullshit. Like, she's sitting down on the edge of a canal, looking out down the stream. And so obviously I take the cue and I sit next to her. And she just explains that, oh, she's like so upset that I didn't do this. And I apologize profusely, as I always have to. I feel like the relationship towards the end was just me apologizing for shit that wasn't really that important. But anyways, we make up, kind of. She's still pissed, but anyways, we go and take a look at the stores and whatever, yada yada yada. We play Mario Kart. I beat her, obviously. I mean, I'm the best. Okay, sorry. Back to the story. So we spent the end of the day. It ended up like a pretty good day, right? The next day, she's going to do this cycling thing, and my parents and I think it's a good idea to go cheer her on when she starts. And that's the last time I see her in person. But before I see her in person again for the last time, she texts me and randomly brings up the fact, this is a kicker, she randomly brings up the fact that none of my friends like her. Sorry, let me just, I've misphrased that. None of her friends like me. None of them. Apparently they all think I'm a terrible person. Now, I know because I'm saying this out loud, you're probably thinking, wow, this guy must be the scum of the earth. He must be Satan. He must be Netanyahu levels of bad. I'm not that bad, okay? I swear, I'm not that bad. I actually met her friends at a party. Like, both her guy friends and her girlfriends. They're all really good people. I liked hanging out with them, and I thought they liked hanging out with me. I made good friends with the guys. Shout out my boy Anton. That's my guy. And, you know, the girls there as well were actually super nice and super kind. But, I mean, there was a couple of them that I was talking to, and you know, my girlfriend pulled me away, and she openly told me that she was jealous. Which I don't know why, because I wouldn't even think of... You know, that's besides the point. I mean, it's kind of disgusting. Anyways, let me get back to it. She claims that none of her friends like me. So I'm thinking this. I'm like, what made them have that idea about me? What did I do at the party that was, you know, I thought they liked me. And then, and then it hits me. Sometimes my girlfriend would go to these parties, like, when we're in a long distance and I'm not with her, she would go to parties and drink an excessive amount and just start crying and spam calling me. And her friends probably saw this and thought that I'm a terrible person because I'm making her cry all the time. And I'm just a bad influence on her. And whatever.
This way, but I can't be sure just yet because I'm so far.
And what the like... That's not my fault. I've done nothing. She's obviously given these people these ideas about me. that I'm some douchebag that mentally abuses his girlfriend. And there's some saviors who are influencing their best friend to get out of a bad relationship with this scummy guy. That's not the case at all. She's just done some insane shit to make these people believe that I'm a terrible guy. So upon reading this, I'm starting to worry a little bit, right? I'm like, okay, this is not good because now I have a whole bunch of people that don't like me. And I know that a lot of people are going to say, you know, you shouldn't care what people think about you. And in very little cases is that what you're supposed to actually think, right? I'm a very firm believer that that take is just complete and utter nonsense. It's said by social outcasts, right? I'm not saying that social outcasts are generally, you know, I don't even know what I'm saying right now. My point is that obviously I'm going to care what people think about me. I don't want to be seen as a bad dude. I mean, who does? Right? If you like being seen as a bad person, you probably are a bad person. I don't want to be seen as a bad person. So obviously I go to her, one of her closest friends, and I say, do you think I'm a bad person? And she goes, no. Why? And she said, well, my girlfriend seems to think that you and her other friends think I'm a bad person. And she goes, I don't think you're a bad person, and I don't think anyone else thinks you're a bad person. So, you know, I'm thinking here, I'm like, okay, is she lying? I don't think she's lying. She doesn't usually lie. So, well, what's the deal? Maybe I just picked the one friend out of her 18 or something that does actually like me. But then the girl texts me and says, it's not that we don't like you, we just think you're a bad influence on her. Bad influence. I'm the bad influence. I don't know, you guys cannot possibly understand how garbage that is. If anything, I have non-stop tried to get her to stop drinking. At least as much as she usually does. When she's drunk, she is not a good person at all. And the friend I'm talking to, her friend that I'm talking to, knows this firsthand. Firsthand. She is an amazing person when she's sober. Which is 90% of the time. She's an amazing person. But when she drinks, she becomes this wicked witch of the West. And I outwardly try and stop her from drinking. But all of her friends don't stop it at all. All they do is, when she gets drunk, they just comfort her. You need to stop comforting people. You need to stop enabling them. You need to stop the problem. So, of course, I'm the bad guy for this. I'm the bad influence. I'm the bad influence. Yeah, makes sense. That's cool. So, at this point, I probably should have, you know, realized that this wasn't going to work out. But I'm delusional. It's my first girlfriend. Obviously, within, like, the first few months, I'm expecting to get married to this woman. Such a fucking idiot. Seriously. Then again, I've had unrealistic expectations of relationships. I mean, I watch quite a lot of movies. Not like, I'm not like a cinephile or something like that, you know, where I watch like 1,000 or 2,000 movies in my life, but, you know, I have seen quite a few movies in my day, maybe like 600. But all like the romance movies I've seen, or like all of the Disney movies I grew up with as a kid, it's like, oh, the relationship, even when it has its ups and downs, they all magically get back together. It's just not the case. It's just not the case. And I knew that wasn't the case, but for some reason I thought I was different. I was gonna be the guy who stuck with one girl for the rest of his life. Yeah, I mean, clearly not. I mean, also, my dad, his first girlfriend, is my mom. He found the right woman immediately. And, you know, for some reason I thought it ran in the family, but another foolish thing of me to guess, I guess. But yeah. So, fast forward a month after the breakup, and I am not in a great place, you know. I'm on multiple dating apps. I'm just not going to the gym as often as I should be. I'm playing video games more than I'm studying, which, okay, I know that sounds terrible, but the course is pretty easy right now, so I'm not too concerned with that. I'm more concerned about me just being a shut-in. And I know that I need to just go out and do it, and I have attempted to just go to the gym like 3 or 4 times a week, but I mean, I can't. I don't have the energy for it. I'm just so bored. Constantly. I'm constantly bored. I'm constantly just sitting down, lying in my bed, doing fuck all, and just looking at just doom scrolling, basically. TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, you name it. At one point, I was doom scrolling Tinder. Do you know how bad you have to get to start doom scrolling Tinder? I didn't know that low existed until I discovered it. And now, fast forward to today, I'm once again bored. Right, I'm looking at my games library. Do I play Battlefield 6? Do I play Arc Raiders? Do I try and speedrun Shifu again? Do I play Steep and just listen to depressing music? And then I stumble upon this YouTube video, I'll link it in the description, where this guy is talking about how to glow up, and he has this amazing physique. Like, wow, it's such a good physique. So I'm thinking like, okay, we're gonna get gym gym tips and like dietary tips and whatnot. But no, he's talking about basically glowing up as a person, not physical attractiveness. And he's talking about how he used to be such an introvert, and he says he still is, but speaking through YouTube, like starting a YouTube channel and just speaking to an audience, helped him become less of an introvert. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, you know, that's actually not a bad idea. Maybe I should do YouTube. Like, I'm not not expecting to just have like a regular upload schedule and just, you know, upload every week or every 2 days, every 3 days. I'm just gonna upload when I feel like it, you know. And I'm not expecting to gain a huge audience, because I mean that gaining like huge amount of views, becoming a hit overnight is rare. Obviously, I know this, and I'm not trying to be. It actually makes me feel more comfortable if only like 10 people see this, you know. But on the off chance there are a lot of people watching this video, this is usually the part where I say like and subscribe. But I honestly don't really care about the subscribing. Maybe the liking. The liking would be cool. I mean, just to see if maybe, oh, if you like the video, if you want to see me play more Steep, or maybe if you want to see me play maybe Minecraft. Well, I haven't played Minecraft in years. It wouldn't be too bad to just start a survival world again. But, or leave a dislike and leave a comment if you want to see me talk about something else. Talk about, I don't know, play a different game maybe. Or, you know, just whatever. Definitely leave a comment, though. That's the most important thing. I just want to see what people have to say. Okay, I'm dead here. But I want to see what people have to say about what I'm talking about on my gameplay. Okay, maybe not today. My gameplay hasn't been so great. But, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely kind of excited to start recording more, because I have a lot of stuff to talk about. I mean, I talk about the things I like talking about in person, at least, are like manga, music, definitely. I mean, I'm trying to start back up my vinyl collection. Um, I'm actually looking at my shelf right now. I have quite a bit of collecting to do. Thing is, I moved and I had this huge. Okay, I'm overselling it now, but I had a huge vinyl collection, like a little over 100 vinyls, I want to say, and I was quite happy with it. But obviously, I'm moving to a completely different country. I can't, I can't really carry all my vinyls with across the ocean, so I just decided I'll keep collecting vinyls here. I'll start. It's not. I'll start over. I'm not going to collect the same vinyls, obviously, but I'm just going to continue it. And same with manga. I had a pretty sizable manga collection. I had the whole Tokyo Ghoul series. I had Akira. I had Claymore, Berserk. Not all of Berserk, but I had most of it. And I had I Am Hero. Really good manga, by the way. Really underrated. Um, Shojin X, also really underrated. One of my favorite new gen mangas. And Chainsaw Man, obviously, I mean, one of my favorites. It's just so good. Fujimoto's a genius, bro. Oh my days. Okay, I'm gonna stop glazing for a second. What else do I talk about? I mean, I guess I talk about movies. Recently, I've been watching a lot of movies. So yeah, I mean, leave a comment if you want to see me just talk about random shit. And yeah, or just leave a comment and tell me I'm trash. That would be funny. I wouldn't appreciate it, but that would be funny. So just, you know what, just say whatever you want. I'm fine with whatever. Um, so yeah, I'm Thornhill, and that's my first talking YouTube video. Peace.